You good, brother? It's all good. I'm not even tripping. Shit, man. No, you good?
Can't stay to work, fucking cleaning up. I gotta use clothes up the washer too.
You by yourself, huh? For the next week?
Next couple of days, I'm going to Spokane Thursday.
Yeah, let me go grab a little more. Yeah. He's getting the grapes for Washington. Yeah, kill that shit, bro. Roll this other one. Kill it. We'll smoke this other one. Yeah, I think like right before your lady was leaving, she had told me that basically that she was gonna have to go over there and go deal with all that shit over there.
Yeah.
But I think you were she said you were testing for your job. So I was like, oh shit, that's tight. Because usually when they put you on like that, when they get you all your certificates and licenses, all that shit, it's a wrap. You're gonna be good. That's a permanent job. They won't do that with just anybody. You feel me?
Right, that's true.
Yeah, on mamas, bro. And you already went through the ringer when you got here. How they be kind of like selective in certain jobs. Yeah, sometimes it won't even be no Europeans. Sometimes it'll be like some Micronesians or some Mexicans. Or I worked at Old Trapper. I worked at a lot of these places. I worked at where they have a big old recycling here, but I think it's like right there in Hillsboro or Beaverton or one of them. And it's like the main center where all the trash here goes. Everything. And they have you standing up on a conveyor belt, kind of like you stand up on the east side and you carry a big ass trash can right next to you. And you basically got to pull out anything that's worth anything. If it's worth anything, they tell you to put it to the side. All the other shit gets smashed and it gets put into these like they call them balers, but there's another thing where they condense it and basically make these blocks. And that shit gets sent out to places like it could be plastic, cloth, whatever. And they sell that shit, bro. That shit gets sold. That shit gets sold to China and all that shit. On my mama, bro. Shit crazy. I learned a lot about commerce here, to be honest. More than I did Fresno. Because Fresno is just a town where, like, not a lot of shit comes from there. It just goes through there. They produce a lot of shit about here. It's a lot of things that come from out here. Most of the shrimp from the whole United States comes from right here, bro. It comes from right here at the coast. They said like a good 60%. I'm like, damn, they must get so much, bro. If you ever go to the coast, go to Newport, bro. They got this bridge that goes over like this. From one town to the next, basically, you're like in between where a river runs through there, and then it goes right into the ocean. So the bridge goes like this, like a big ass V, right? And you're on this side, so you're like where the pier and all that shit is at. It goes all the way into the V, but on the other side is another part of the town. So it's like you take the bridge. It's like taking one of the bridges from right here, except this bitch is big, bro. It take you like from like here to way in the fuck like over there, bro. You'd be like, whoa. And I'm telling you, all the stuff that come from the ocean into that lake over there. Crab, they got fucking shrimp, lobster. You can go out there with the nets like this. They got the big nets. They got the little thing that go like this. It opens like this, and it's got a net. And they cast them in there, bro. And you gotta learn how to work it, but you close the top. Once you feel something tugging, you close the top, and then you just
pull it up.
You just pull it up, and it just got all kind of stuff in there, bro. I swear. And you will pay so much for it. You know what I'm saying?
They got that in Oakland.
See, but Oakland, bro, have you been through Oakland?
Yeah, they got that in San Francisco.
You know how much trash is over there?
It's a lot, but that's why a lot of people go to Frisco to fish.
Yeah, bro. I've been through there, bro. Like on the train and all that. You see different shit when you go different.
Oh yeah, it's definitely dirty out there for sure.
Yeah, you go like if I take the bus, it's gonna take me where a car goes. But if I go where the trains come in.
You put the clothes in driving.
Handle, bro. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, you work with Africans, huh?
I don't know. I work with different kinds. White, Mexican, black.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up then. Oh, so it must be a different type of company then. I thought it was people that was like making moves. No, there's a lot of Somali companies out here. I thought maybe you was fucking with the Somalis. Yeah, cause they definitely get to the bag, bro. My mama, they with that. So one time I worked for this guy. He was a Mexican cat, and he had a company of his own, and he would hire anybody. He didn't give a damn as long as you want to work. He was a painter, and he would paint all these nice ass buildings out here in Portland. He was like he would get all the jobs. I was tripping. I was like, damn, this dude got all kind of jobs. But yeah, some people was connected like that with each other. That's what I'm trying to, wiggle my way into. Whoop, okay, I'll give me a. I worked for a Chinese dude the brother was half Cambodian, half Chinese. His name was Hai Gov. I worked for this man, and what they did was where he come from, they get kratom, and then they sell it and distribute it out here. So once they were able to basically deregulate on the laws that they had out here in Oregon, he was able to actually open up a company and make and distribute kratom. It was basically like that. He literally called himself the king of kratom. He was like, I'm the king of kratom. He said in Thailand and Cambodia and all that, he's known. So I'm like, damn, so even all the way over there, that's what I was telling brother right now. I worked for companies that was getting rid of truckloads of recyclables. I even worked for a guy who owned his own company called Dunn & Son. They were out of Oakland. And then from Oakland, they went to, from Oakland, they were in Nevada. So it's like, you know what I mean? Go back and forth. From the Bay, and then they were in Fresno. I was making dough. The dude was making bands, bro. Cash. Envelopes. Manila envelopes full of cash. He was paying me and my cousin like $70, $80 a day. You know what I mean? This dude's over here making thousands off of our work, but I mean, it's his company, and that's how most of these people, they pay you under the table. That's how they're gonna do you. That's why if it's a legit company, and they really got, like you can move up in their company, that's what you want. You want to look for an established company. I was just telling my chat right now, I was telling them, like, basically, there's companies out here, they make big ass money. They be making dough. And like sometimes you might not be in on that, you know what I mean? But if you got a real company, not like a private company, look, there they go. Look, who they fighting with? See, they fighting, bro. You see that?
Girls.
I put on the green screen here. I'm doing my live. I put on the green screen. See? So that's what they see when I got it facing that way. So I'm putting Lukku-Cari, which is they call it Lukku-Cari, is the way that they would say it in Arawak. Is a Taino, like a branch off the Taino family. But they're supposed to be like the nobility. So one of the things that I've been explaining is that the indigenous people all through, and I'm talking about all the way from South America up, they practice elongating the heads and flattening the heads. So much so that eventually you just come out natural like that. So some of our people have those things to this day. You can tell who's from who, where they from. So like that shit, the Tainos, I'll be telling these people the Tainos came all the way to Oregon. But they attributed to only being in the Caribbean, but that's not true. That's not their origin. Their origin is South America. So then it's the same thing with like people be like, oh, Asians be like, oh, well, we don't fuck with Mexicans. It's like, bro, like your people wouldn't be in existence if all that family in that Yucatan didn't help each other. Believe me, it wasn't never like this. I hear it a lot with, and it just be some internet shit, bro. I hear it a lot. Like Native Americans be hating on black people. Black people be hating on Mexicans. Mexicans be hating on black people. I've been saying this, bro. We went to LA. You can't even, bro. If you act out like that out there, bro, you gonna get killed, bro. Yeah, they was like, yo, we don't play that racism. We're not with that. And I was like, whoa, like, why is it that people when they come up here from LA, they be like, oh, Mexicans, and then everybody says, in Fresno, every Mexican you talk to, they say, you're like, okay, I guess, it's still right. And then when you go in a certain area, I swear I had somebody tell me, and the dude pulled out a screwdriver. I'm over here like I got my headphones in and I'm rapping into the song, and a dude followed me off the train and went as soon as I was about to turn the corner, he popped right in front of me like as if he had probably was telling me shit but I didn't hear it. I'm rapping the song, man, because the song's got that right. And I'm not thinking nothing of it. I never even thought about, damn, I'm being offensive. Right? Next thing I know, boom, and I'm like, but mind you, I'm with somebody, but they not. They was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. And I didn't understand it at the time, but he was like, basically like, I'm gonna see what happens to you. You over here, you acting like that. I understand you're from Fresno. He was like letting me know, like, you from Fresno? He's like, oh, blood, I'm from Portland. He was like, I'm a mom with you, and I'm doing my thing. He's not even tripping on me, as if he was just like kind of like gatekeeping, like making sure it doesn't happen to me. Swear to God, when that shit happened, he pulled out his gun and walked up to do hella smooth, didn't make a scene. And the dude was a crip, right? He was like, yes. And he said, in LA, Mexicans is essays, homie. I don't give a fuck what you say. You can't say it. And everybody there that was around there that be on that spot. It was like, some of them knew me. I was like, let's see what Mexican do. Now that somebody want to say something to him, let's see what he's going to do. So I'm like, damn, this dude got trouble. I'm like, man, get out of my way. And then the dude was like, nah, for real. He followed me into the store, bro. And the dude told him, he was like, look. He told the dude, put the gun out. He told him, nah, I'm smoking you right now. And in my head, I'm like, why are they even tripping? I was like, yo, why is he even tripping? Right? So then he was like, eventually the crip dude, who was an older dude from LA, but he was like, the black dude, the brother that I was with, the blood dude was like, yo, basically, he's like us. Why are you going to tell him that? And the dude was light skinned too. These dudes had jobs, and I was like, damn, this dude was really willing to fucking stab me and shit. But then you got people that actually do be doing that. I didn't know that at that time. I didn't know that Portland was I did not know that. When I went to Washougal, when I went to Washington, which is on the border of the Columbia River, it's literally 15 minutes from here, bro. You can probably get there in like 30 minutes, 30-minute drive. It's a nice ass place. It's in Washington. It's called Washougal. It's literally off the Columbia River, but it just looks different. Like this side of the Willamette and that side of the Willamette. It's just like that. There's a beautiful town over there, bro.
Yeah, I went over there.
Camas and Washougal are beautiful as hell.
That farmland out there and all kinds of stuff. I said, mamas, sheep.
Yeah, bro. Over there is way better than like what you see right here because we're in an industrial area. That's why. So a lot of people come from all over the world. And some of these people is bitch nigga. That's why you gotta be like, oh, it's not worth it. Like go girl down here. She didn't even say that to me. I've been here.
Did I tell you that she tried to nigga speak to me? The nigga
Which
that she
one?
found that was harassing her. I told her right there, nigga, I said, nigga got a key. She like, he been harassing me. I went to my car, bro, stopped me. He's like, hey. He's like, nice, nigga talk killer soft. He's like, hey, bro, I just want to ask you, do you have a problem with the girl at the bottom? I'm like, who? He's like, the little young lady, I'm like, the bitch in your car? He's like, yeah, that's my girlfriend. I'm like, oh yeah. I said, no, I ain't got no problem with it. That bitch disrespectful, bro. I said, she disrespectful, bro, straight up. I said, I was telling her something, like, bitch got out of pocket. So I had to let her know. Like,
He actually said something to you?
he tried to. I'm like, I ain't no bitch ass single. He's like, he's like, no, I don't think.
Don't stop saying it. Stop telling me.
He
You don't have to tell me.
said, I don't think you're a bitch. And I'm like, I know. It comes out.
I feel
He's
you.
like, I don't think you're a bitch. And I'm like, I'm like, yeah, no, I know. Well, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that bitch is disrespectful. But you need to check that bitch. That's your girlfriend. That's funny. That's the same. That bitch will do it nigga harass you. So you need to check that bitch, bro. Don't come over and talk to check that bitch. Like, no, I don't make sure no problem. I said, no, I ain't got no problem with her. I said, now, as far as my partner, my neighbor upstairs, I don't know. I get your know. If you don't like the bitch, you don't like the bitch. That's okay.
You don't listen to me. Listen to me when I first moved here. That motherfucker was on.
He said, he told me until you chased him down. He's like, the nigga chasing me down, Malachi. You got his car, ran me down, and got out the car and cussed me out.
I follow him too. No, listen, bro. I told that motherfucker, look, I didn't know that he was connected to this bitch. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm talking about just moved in here. I used to go to the gym, bro. I used to get in the bus and go to the gym until like 10, 11 at night, 9 at night. But at first, I had a truck. We had a nice ass truck that she bought off her mom. Beautiful fucking truck. That motherfucker had a Corvette engine in it. That motherfucker would take off, bro. And I used to take off of it. And this motherfucker was following me for weeks. And finally one day, there was no traffic over there. It was right before they put the flashlights over there. Tiger, like right when you get so far down there, they put the flashlights over there. By the McDonald's and shit. So this was before all that. Pulled over. Hey. This is over there, like right there on 72nd and Barton. Right when you get into Tiger. Right when you get into Tiger. So then, way after that, I see him over here. But I didn't know that he was fucking with this girl because he was walking from back there and he had a bottle in his hand. And he had been getting drunk, walking around back in the food bottle. So I had that skin. When I seen what Corey was getting to, I said, yes, and he didn't park here, he parked over there. So I was like, oh hell no. It looked like that thing that he be carrying, it looked like a rifle. You already know. I took that as a sign. You know what I mean?
I got in the fifth floor. He like boxed me in. He locked up on me. I was getting into the car. You feel me? So he kind of like, he walked in that little spot, and I looked at him, so I immediately closed the door. I closed the door. I walked back
that day that he got into his
I put my back against the door.
car,
I'm like, what's up with you, bro? He's like, oh, no, I just wanted to talk. I'm like, oh, okay.
I told him not to come back on his property. He told me he wouldn't come back over here.
That's why he be fucking with me.
Now all of a sudden he's with this girl. Now all of a sudden he's with this girl. And he was following me 3 years. I've been here 3 years already. 3 years ago, this nigga was following me. So it let me know that when it came that he was fucking with this girl, it told me he was a stalker. And he probably thought I was fucking with that nasty ass bitch. Because I didn't see that bitch. When I first moved here, she was gay. She had a Puerto Rican girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? With an afro. With that color gay and shit. They crashed that BMW right there in the front. Then she got that truck. She crashed that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She had an Asian nigga over here that used to come over here, and I know that he was a coke dealer because he told me he was smoking over here, and he had a raw cigarette and he'll put the coke in. He was smoking cocoa puffs with the tobacco and the coke. They're all a bunch of fucking tweakers and shit. My nigga, I'm not even tripping. They're not even on the level of, like, they don't influence my day. Now snitching and doing all that weird ass little shit, I don't fucking with it. These people over here acting like they trying to get people together to do something. That's what I'm trying to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna try to tell someone to do something to me, nigga. You fucking with the wrong individuals. I don't know who y'all thought y'all was fucking with. Y'all can go fuck with the police and suck their dicks and do all the shit that y'all do with that, but we don't fuck around with that. And then you had, I'm telling you, bro, there'll be some weird shit going on.
Nah, I've been watching. I've been peeking. I used to notice that when I would pull up, he'd go like this. When we walk in, he'd watch it. He'd go like this.
Let me tell you like this. You ever seen the movie Apex?
I think so.
It's where the girl goes hiking.
Yeah.
She's like a rock climber.
Yeah.
Little faggot ass right way that was with her. He was doing all this shit. That's the type of motherfucker that they fuck with. But they try to project that shit on us. Yeah, and you see, we just about protecting our family.
He probably is a kid every time bitch.
Bro, listen, bro. Listen. Bro, listen. That's why you think you feel like that. Because instinctively, you know something ain't right about the mentality of a motherfucker. Like a groomer.
I couldn't get how she could say, she said the nigga was harassing her. At least that's his girlfriend. I said, that's
dude, I heard the dude banging on her door and I went down there and I was like, what's going on? She just put it inside. What they're trying to do is rage bait people, bro. This is how they eat. This is their whole system. It's based on trying to get you to do something so they can say they're a victim. There was another lady who lived here just like that. And was literally getting people kicked out of here because, like, I'm telling you, remember I'll be like, hey, like, don't even engage with them. Because all they're trying to do is get you off your square. You gotta stay on your square. You gotta block and tune all the negativity out. Because they really ain't got no power. Because if they have power, they really gonna have to try to get you upset in the first place. Don't think that they're not working together. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying. In order for a female to try and project something else, when you don't even talk to her, she's not even desirable. You know what I'm saying? If you ask her, if you got $10,000 to pay, she tried something. She had a black eye. Look, she had a knot on her eye like this. You think because you work hard, you think that's what you got. She done had different type of people living in that house, bro. With her.
It's just crazy, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They're part of the problem.
She is the problem.
They all are.
Right. All right, we'll have a good night.
Peace. Peace, 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 peace. Yeah, I'm on here right now. You see this popped up in my DNA chart, and I've been making videos about this, about the Lukku-Cari, Tainos. Being indigenous to the whole North of America, man. I mean, even Brazil. These people were in Brazil. These people were everywhere. So it's like, instinctively, it's kind of like to say that, how could you exclude somebody who's always been here? Oh, these people ain't got nothing to do with hip hop or being like, they always been here. How can somebody tell somebody else where they're from and where they come from? Now, it's a lady like this, Wanda B. Horton, okay? A lady like this lady right here has 2 different birth locations on the same day at the same time. Why don't we talk about things like that? Things that really pertain to what happened. This lady was pretending to be my grandmother, and my great grandmother. My father's grandmother on his father's side. So his father's mother. My father's father, my grandfather's mother. There was a lady named Wanda B. Horton claiming to be her. Now she was claiming. Now this is my grandfather, Robert Waters Rodriguez. And his mother, who was a Tachioka or Aussie woman, known as a indigenous Aboriginal California and North Mexican woman, who was born in Los Angeles and was given a township, a judicial township, meaning that they were given sovereignty and land in California. And this other lady was pretending to be my grandma. Hit me up in my DM and you let me know what you think about that. So we're going to go back to the documentation. Wanda B. Horton. All right. These are the names that she had. Now, it says that she was born March 24th, 1922 in Illinois, right? Gender, female. Now, she took this name from my grandfather, Rodriguez. These were her name. These are her other names, assumed names. Wanda Arnett, Wanda Thomas, and Wanda Rodriguez. This lady stole these names. She usurped them. That's what a lot of these people were doing, usurping. And then she was also actually born in another spot. It says that she was born in it also says that she was born in if I'm not mistaken, it says that she was born in Illinois and St. Louis, Missouri. That's right, St. Louis, Missouri. So you can see that, her mother and her father. Okay, her mother's name was Mary E. Mershoni, and her father's name was George D. Horton. So this is where the name Wanda B. Horton comes from. Okay, so we're gonna break this Wanda B. Horton female down. So it says She had another birthday, right? May 4th. What does it say? Wait. What does it say right here? Let's move that around. What that says? March 24th, 1922. East St. Louis, St. Clair County. And I think that's in Missouri. Okay. So let's go back, because this is the same woman who had a different birth date, right? Where does it say where she was born? I think it says where she was born at. It says, where does it say where she was born at? Birth, March 24th, 1922, Illinois. Okay. So this woman was born in two different locations on the same day. Look, I'm showing this right here, White Raven, how this lady stole my grandfather's inheritance. So this lady named Wanda B. Horton is her real name, Wanda B. Horton. Okay. We're going to go over here and we're going to show how. Now it says that she was birthed same March 20. The other one was March 22nd, right? March 22nd, right? Where was it at? Birth. March 24th, 1922. Okay. And then over here, it says March 24th. March 24th, 1922. March 24th, 1922. Two different locations. One, East St. Louis, right, which was in St. Louis, Missouri, right? And the other one, it says Illinois, all right? Same person, right? So then it says right here, she came across some information, this woman, right, whose mother is named is Mary E. Mershoni, and her father's name is George D. Horton, all right, which they passed away in 1960, right? That this lady, Wanda B. Horton, or Wanda be back, right? She has two children, William Lee Back and Dewey Allen Back, and a brother, Ferris Alton Horton. Okay. It says that she passed away in Phoenix, Maricopa, Arizona. All right. George Dewey Horton, her parents, Mary Emma Horton, born Mershon. Spouses. She was never married to my grandfather. This woman was never married to my grandfather. And they used his name. You see this? Robert Juarez Rodriguez. They never were married. My grandfather never had children with this woman. But my grandfather was married to my grandmother. You see how she has all these different marriages? Assume these people's names. See? 1940, Long Beach Judicial Township, Los Angeles. You see, these townships don't belong to these people. Their mothers and fathers stole them fraudulently, false paperwork. And the county clerks let them do that at that time. You see it, Wanda B. Back, right? It says her race, white, her application, her birth. But how is it that she was born in East St. Louis, St. Clair County, but she was also given birth in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois? And now it's saying that in 1940, she married a man. And then it says in 1960, which is like 9 years before they were chasing somebody and they crashed right into my grandfather as he was making a turn on the intersection. Now, number one thing that they really wanted to give my people, but they had no understanding of it, was inheritance. So the first thing that they did was insurance policy. Life insurance. So we see it right here. We're going to break all this down. See how they say change or replace social security numbers? That's what they were doing. They were helping that lady do that. And they stole people's information. That's what the Europeans have been doing for, since they've been able to actually be involved with any kind of governance on this land. But I'm going to cut it short. Y'all, stay tuned. Peace and love.